and that you can use it accurately and appropriately.
Okay, so what are some tips for improving your lexical resource?
Well, one thing is to obviously expand your vocabulary by reading and listening to a lot of
Yeah,
English,
of course.
but it's also important to focus on using those words in your speaking.
So like actively using new words you learn.
Exactly. Don't just keep them stored away in your brain. You have to actually practice using them.
Makes sense. And what about things like idioms and slang? Are those okay to use?
It depends. It's generally best to err on the side of caution.
Okay.
Some idioms and slang can be very informal and might not be appropriate for the test.
Right.
But if you're confident that you're using them correctly and appropriately, then go for it.
So it's about being aware of the context.
Exactly, and knowing your audience.
Okay, what's the third pillar?
The third pillar is grammatical range and accuracy.
Grammar. Oh boy.
Yeah, this one's a biggie.
It is, I think, a lot of learners stress about grammar.
Understandably so.
So what exactly are they looking for here?
They want to see that you can use a variety of grammatical structures accurately and effectively.
So like different types of sentences and tenses and stuff?
Exactly. They want to see that you're not just using simple sentences all the time,
Okay.
but they also want to see that you can use those complex structures correctly.
Right. So it's a balance between being ambitious with your grammar, but also being accurate.
Exactly. Making sure that your grammar doesn't get in the way of your message.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so how can you improve your grammatical range and accuracy?
Again, practice is key.
Of course.
The more you practice speaking and writing, the more comfortable you'll become with using different grammatical structures.
Okay.
And it can be really helpful to focus on one or two specific grammar points at a time.
So like pick something you struggle with and really work on it.
Exactly. Maybe you have trouble with verb tenses, or maybe it's articles or prepositions. Whatever it is, focus on that and really try to master it.
Okay, that makes sense. So what's the final pillar, the fourth one?
The fourth and final pillar is pronunciation.
Pronunciation.
Now, this doesn't mean you need to have a perfect British or American accent.
Oh, good, because I definitely don't.
It's about being clear and easy to understand.
Okay, so your accent isn't really that important.
Not as long as it doesn't hinder your intelligibility.
Right.
So things like intonation, stress, and rhythm are really important.
So like the music of your speech.
Exactly how you emphasize certain words and phrases can make a big difference in how well you're understood.
Okay, so how can you work on your pronunciation?
Well, listening to native speakers is a great way to improve your ear for pronunciation.
Right.
You can also try shadowing, which is basically repeating what you hear.
Hmm.
And there are lots of online resources that can help you with specific sounds and pronunciation patterns.
Okay, so lots of ways to work on it.
Mm.
Awesome. Okay, so now we have the 4 pillars of IELTS speaking.
Yes, fluency and coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range, and accuracy in pronunciation.
Those are the big